The mosque would enhance the cultural diversity of our city, and those kinds of things are good for our city.
Well, Bill, the president first weighed in on this whole controversy Friday night during an iftar dinner here at the White House that he hosted to honor the holy month of Ramadan.
As a citizen and as president, I believe that Muslims have the right to practice their religion as everyone else in this country. And that includes the right to build a place of worship in a community center on private property in Lower Manhattan in accordance with local laws and ordinances.
I mean, there are certain things that are inappropriate, and to trumpet this as something that they have the right to do on the footprint where it's basically a shallow, it's basically a hollow grave site, is just frightening.
The intention was to simply let people know what I thought, which was that in this country we treat everybody equally in accordance with the law. Regardless of race, regardless of religion. I was not commenting, and I will not comment on the wisdom of making a decision to put a mosque there.
Well, he takes this professorial tone like we don't know what the Constitution is all about, but we're dealing with reality here. This is New York. We saw the towers go down, and it's a question of sensitivity.
Is it sensitivity?
Our issue with it is that this building is being built on the cemetery of our loved ones.
It's sensitivity, but it's something that shouldn't have even been talked about. It shouldn't have got into it. So it's a bad move.
So you're upset for him even raising it?
Yeah, he stepped into, mud.
By the way, why are we sending this imam on a state-funded trip throughout the Middle East to explain Islam in the Middle East? Is he raising funds for this? Where are the funds coming from? He plopped down $5 million. It's going to cost, what, $100 million to build this thing? Sure. Who's funding this and why? So
this imam should not be allowed to put a mosque in this country, period, with those views.
But we have a right to religious freedom, and we have the right to say what we want. That's a freedom that we cherish in this country.
But wouldn't Sharia law, where women are stoned to death, where women don't have rights, where we see gays are persecuted and lesbians are persecuted, where you see that if a woman claims rape, they need 4 male eyewitnesses to prove rape. Women can't drive. Women can't go to school. Women in Saudi Arabia can't be seen in public with a male that they're not related to. He says America should be Sharia compliant. Don't you think we need to know what he means by that?
I mean, also the Ku Klux Klan also has their own
Would you want the Ku Klux Klan to build a mosque?
We can't
build a temple or anything, whatever they want?
But we can't tell them not to build on a private property.
Yeah. Go ahead. Your reaction.
Yeah. It's insane at this point in time that he's not being investigated. And where exactly is this money coming from? But however, Ms. Pelosi wants to investigate the people who are opposed to this mosque.
That's a new development, yeah.
Those who have called for looking into how is this opposition to the mosque being funded? How is this being ginned up? Those who have called for looking into how is this opposition to the mosque being funded? How is this being ginned up? Looking into how is this opposition to the mosque being funded? How is this being ginned up? How is this being ginned up? Looking into how is this opposition to the mosque being funded?
Nancy Pelosi is now sermonizing about the Word of God.
My favorite word is the Word. Is the Word. And that is everything. It says it all for us. And you know the biblical reference, you know the gospel reference of the Word. And that Word is, we have to give voice to what that means in terms of public policy that would be in keeping with the values of the Word. The Word. Isn't it a beautiful word when you think of it?
Interesting.
Public policy that my favorite word is the word. And that is everything. It says it all for us. And you know the biblical reference, you know the gospel reference of the word. And that word is, we have to give voice to what that means in terms of public policy that would be in keeping with the values of the word. The word. Isn't it a beautiful word when you think of it?
So help me God, help me God, so help me God, help me God, so help me God, help me God, help me God.
Now I'm back on the case, closing the mouths of my critics. The haters, doubters, and cynics told me I'm out of my limits, but God's far from finished with me. In fact, he just started. So if that makes me a target, well then maybe I'll get martyred. But hey, what better way for me to live than be a soldier? Spitting heat for Jehovah, not spiritually mediocre. I believe in the one who told me I can do all things. And surely if the Lord is for me, I don't care what's against. See,